Now, the next step in creating an AI-generated podcast is to hunt down Microsoft Podcast Generator 95. You'll want to look through mold-infested boxes in your local landfill, and hope you find it there, buried, forgotten, and alone. Oh, there it is. Peter's finding it underneath that dead rat. Now that you have the holy grail of podcast generation, it's time to make sure it's not duds by microwaving it for 3 seconds. Not 2, not 4. 3 seconds is the difference between creating great content and blowing up your house. Peter, are you even listening? Don't just stuff it into the microwave without timing it, you imbecile. Peter just microwaved it for 3 seconds. Finally, something he did right this episode. Phew, but look at this. He's trying to put the floppy disk into a modern computer. Oh, Peter, you absolute cretin. You need to transfer it to a Windows 95 computer from 1995. You stole from a museum. Of course, because nothing says cutting-edge podcast like a machine that overheats if you so much as glance at it. Look, he's actually going to the Computer History Museum. Don't just leave the stolen computer on the front seat of your car, Peter. You buffoon. You need to submerge it in salt water. Peter just picked his nose and wiped the booger on the stolen computer. Now it's going to have an extra crunch when it explodes. You need to submerge it in salt water, not... Peter just closed his eye. He took the spoon away. This is a disaster. The podcast is going to be completely coherent. How will anyone stand out in the oversaturated market if they understand what they're saying? I told you not to use more than one finger, Peter. Now the computer is getting too much information. It's overloading. And to make matters worse, you hit enter with your nose. You were only supposed to hit enter with your nose if you're using Microsoft Word 95. Peter, you fool. You've doomed us all. The computer is shaking. The salt water is bubbling. It's going to expect. Look at it go. The explosion is causing a beautiful display of colors in the sky. Oh, the humanity. And there goes Peter flying through the air like a majestic eagle. At least we've learned a valuable lesson here today. If you ignore all the steps to create an AI-generated... No, Peter, don't land on that pile of dead rats. Look at this. Peter landing on that pile of dead rats must have somehow completed the process, because the computer is now generating a podcast. And oh my God, would you listen to that intro music? It sounds like a cat being strangled. Wow, and the host of the podcast is a sentient burp. Fascinating. How's it going, folks? You're listening to the Fart Podcast, where we take a deep dive into the world of flatulence and all its marvels. Today we have a very special guest. Yes, none other than the CEO of Fart Technologies, Mrs. Fanny McButtocks. Da life some playdix. Da. Mrs. McButtocks, your company has been at the forefront of fart innovation. Can you tell us about your latest product? We've developed a new app that translates farts into emojis, so now you can express yourself in ways you never thought possible. That's incredible. And what about the future of fart technology? We're working on a device that allows you to fart in. Zero gravity. Imagine farting in space. The final frontier. What a time to be alive. Well, there you have it, folks. The future is looking and gassy. This has been the Fart Podcast. Until next time, keep on tooting. And now a word from our sponsors. Oh God, not Peter again. How is he still alive? He just interrupted the podcast by trying to eat the sentient burp. Peter, you're going to ruin the entire podcast. And now you're fighting with Mrs. Fanny McButtocks over a fart emoji. This is insane. Oh, this is just disgusting, Peter. You don't even know what you're doing. And now you're trying to fart in zero gravity. How is that even possible? He's floating around the studio like a deflating balloon. Oh, the humanity. Someone please make it stop. Well, folks, this is a disaster. But hey, at least we learned something today. How not to create a podcast. Tune in next time where we'll show you how to create a sentient AI using only a toaster, a rubber band, and the collective disappointment of your parents. Oh, and Peter, for the love of all that is holy, stop trying to eat the guests. you're going to give them indigestion. And remember, if you're going to generate a podcast, do the exact opposite of everything we've shown you here today. Goodbye, everyone. Oh, and one more thing before we go. Peter is now trying to microwave his own head. That's right, folks. He's trying to generate a podcast using his own brain. What could possibly go wrong? Peter, no! Don't do it! You're going to! Bang! And there goes Peter's head. Oh well, I guess he won't be interrupting the podcast anymore. This has been How It's Actually Made. Tune in next time where we'll show you how to make a sandwich using only your feet and a live grenade. Until then, keep on generating terrible podcasts. Goodbye.